Good evening. Welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're going to try our best to make it even better. Tonight, we welcome home appraisal expert and author of Assessing My Values, Marcus Hill. He wants to help Black people, really, his community, learn more about the ins and out of home buying and what the importance of appraisal. So we talk about that. Then in Hot Topics, we discussed the Iran launching missiles towards U.S. military base in Qatar and Iraq. And the latest in the Diddy trial, then Fat Joe, he has some new allegations against him, and Kiki Palmer addresses double standards that women face when dating. All that much more. Want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Blue Sky, X, of course, our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please subscribe. We appreciate you. Now, again, it is Black Music Appreciation Month, and it's also Pride Month. So everyone, make sure you celebrate. All right. How's my family doing? Everybody doing good?
Yes.
All right.
Alive and ticking.
All right. Well, the question of the day is, how long should a couple date before moving in together? What's too soon? What's too late? I'll start with you, Brittany.
I don't know the recipe. I done both. I moved in less than 90 days, and I moved in, maybe 2, 3 years later.
Mhm.
So I've done both. I think, you don't know somebody till you truly live with them. It don't matter how long you wait. But I would say at least give it a year, go through a few seasons with them, but you ain't gonna know them till you know them.
Yeah.
So I don't test drive. I don't buy the car without test driving it. So moving in and sleeping together before marriage. I'm sorry. I'm a heathen.
Well, but you're right. You don't know someone unless you live with them. That comes with friends too. I remember, like, I would be super close with people, and then we become roommates. I'm like, this person get on my nerve. Living
Yeah,
with.
I've never experienced that. I've
Yeah.
never had a roommate. That was my friend.
Yeah. And I'm not a good roommate. Because I get annoyed too easily. Chike, what's your thoughts? How long?
I don't think there is a time frame for it. It is what it is when it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, I've done. Um, I'm trying to think. I've done it 3 times. Mine has been circumstantial. When you're vibing with someone,
Hmm.
and normally for me to go down that road is because we're dating and we've probably been inseparable since we started dating.
Right.
And so we're together all the time, then it becomes, economically sound to move in together because we're always together anyway. And so it just happens that way.
Yeah. I think it depends. Like you said, I don't think there's a set time. I just think don't do it too soon. It's funny, y'all know. I go live on TikTok, and this we always talk about relationships, and this gentleman he started coming on the lives, and he said that he married his wife 6 months after they met, and they were
Mm,
married for 20 years. They've been divorced for 2 years now, and she decided in the 19th year that she didn't want to be married anymore. And
mm,
I asked him how's because now he wants another woman, and I asked him, were you not happy? Was there any signs? He said not till the 19th year. He said, but my mindset was there's no divorce, and so he said, but so I guess I was programmed that way. But now looking
mm,
back, he sees how unhappy he may have been.
mm.
But he says he thinks that they got married too soon. But I think it just depends. I mean, because even
Yeah.
20 years is a good run. I mean, they got kids.
Question.
Yeah.
What kind of roommate y'all think y'all are? Like, what do y'all think it's hard for somebody to deal with living with you?
For me, it's
Because
because
you said you get annoyed easily, so I want to know what you be doing.
well, the thing is, I'm very organized, and I remember when I was in college. One time, I was going out of town. I was at work, and I left my bag, and I asked one of my friends. I didn't really know the friend that well, but if you go back to my apartment and get it. He said he saw the apartment, everything just organized. He said he wanted to trash it. He wanted to trash it so bad just because I'm very like, and then, when you live by yourself for a while, it's harder to cohabitate. You know what I mean? Because you get stuck in how you do things. And so that could probably be a challenge, but yeah.
You got
So I,
OCD.
I believe in a thing it's called I call it SSB, your single single behavior at home, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have these idiosyncrasies that you don't expose to anybody else because you live by yourself.
Right.
Full disclosure, when I'm home by myself, I'm a naked person. I'm a nude person. I like to have no clothes on. But having a roommate, you have to be considerate of that
Right.
fact. So most of the time, when I have a roommate, they basically have free run of the house because I'm sequestered. I'm not like
Yeah.
a friend in the house.
Yeah.
I'm like in my room most of the time. We have company, maybe I'm out socializing, but for the most part, I like to be in my little box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, listen, go on Blue Sky or go on X. Let us know how long should a couple date before moving in together? What's too soon? What's too late? Blue Sky is the Stephen Knight Show. X is Stephen Knight Show SHO. All right. Well, Iran launched missiles towards U.S. military base in they call Qatar and Qatar, Qatar and Iraq. Now, Qatar's defense minister, excuse me, says that they successfully intercepted the missiles and can report zero casualties. This comes after President Trump struck on three nuclear sites in Iran. According to AP News, Iran retaliated, was announced on Monday on state television with a caption that they called the act a mighty and successful response by armed forces of Iraq to America's aggression. Now, following the attacks, Qatar closed its airspace as a precaution following the threats from Iran. Qatar Foreign Minister spokesperson said that we reassured that Qatar's air defenses successfully throughout the attack and intercepted the missiles. Now, they're saying that, well, as you know, Trump visited Qatar, and while he was there, he spoke about U.S. and Qatar's troops. And he said at the time, my priority is to end conflicts, not start them. But I will never hesitate to wield American power. It's if it's necessary to defend the United States of America or our partners. And this is one of our great partners right here. So at the time he was with them. He continued that we were threatened when we're threatened, America's military will answer our enemies without even thinking about it. We have overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now, there weren't any casualties as reports of this strike today. Um, but again, this is retaliation. Now, I was watching the news today. They were saying that they don't think Iran was really trying to cause casualties. They were more so trying to send a message. And that was why they responded to by this attack. But Chicken, what are your thoughts? Because Trump, remember he said he was going to get us out of the war on day one, and that he wasn't starting any of the wars. And this has caused a lot of division within MAGA. People, some of his like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Steve Bannon and all of them, they're against this. What happened to America first? Why are we? Remember they were against us sending military or equipment to Ukraine, and now we're here at this war. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, my thoughts are I'm pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly pissed off that we're involved in this. And it's playing out like a bad movie. So
Mm-hmm.
you know this man tore up NATO. He basically spat in the face of NATO,
Mm-hmm.
and those countries were our alliance.
Right.
And they have been our alliance through many, many, many conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're picking a fight with a country that could do more damage than any other country that we've faced before.
Right.
They have an alliance with Russia and they have an alliance with China. So if they decided to get together and really kick some ass,
Yeah.
who do we have?
Right.
Qatar? Because you just made friends and they gave you a plane? Bruh.
Right.
The body of Qatar is over there. They can handle them like quick work if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that helps us out is the Atlantic Ocean. That's the only thing that helps us out.
Yeah.
And you're putting us in a very dangerous position. We have not been in a position to be this vulnerable before. I'm afraid and I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And they said they're comparing this to 9/11 2.0, the war Afghanistan. Brittany, what are your thoughts on this?
There's a few things. So I think it's highly concerning that I think AOC and a few other people came out and said that the concern is that he bypassed Congress approval
Right.
to engage in this and to bomb anything. And that's concerning because he got no approval. His own vice president claimed he didn't know. Like the fact that he was able to operate and bomb anything on our behalf without approval or any checks and balances is quite alarming that there's no uh balance of power or
Yeah.
checking system. And then the other thing is I saw Jasmine Crockett say like she posted something. Please go look at her page. It does say like things to be mindful of at this time. Like, of course, we have to live our lives, but just be mindful of like large gatherings. I know it's summertime, everybody outside. 4th of July is coming around, and being mindful of the fact that like those type of large gatherings are basically like pick-me's, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
so just be mindful of that. I mean, there are cities that are the main targets. I know Houston is one where NASA is and things of that. So that just educate yourself and be very aware. It's that's another thing. And then Trump came out like 2 hours ago and made the claim that there's a ceasefire now,
Yeah.
even though Israel and Iran have not said anything.
Yeah.
And I think
Iran
that,
just confirmed that they've agreed to it. But he said it before they agreed. But yeah.
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 Okay, so they did confirm. So yeah, he did confirm and say that there's a ceasefire.
Yeah.
I think that it's just, please pay attention to the fact that he's doing things on our behalf without our approval and then taking glory for it.
Yeah.
I think that's
And let's
that's
let's let's also keep in mind that these people do not know what the hell they're doing.
Nope.
They're Looney Tunes in the house. They're Looney Tunes inside the house.
Yeah.
But I love Black Twitter though. Black people are hell. I love my people because baby, Instagram has been on
Oh my
fire.
gosh.
Like they redrew the United States of America, and it's like all the red states, and then Florida circled 5, 6 times like that.
Yeah.
Like, please bomb here. It's been people on the phone calling Iran, like
Yeah.
I love y'all. Y'all make my day. Like
Yeah.
I cut the news off because I get anxiety and y'all make me be able to laugh at this shit. It is hilarious. Like it's so funny.
Yeah, this girl on TikTok, she was showing a map to the people in Iran and circling the White House. This is where you need to attack. We got nothing to do with this. This is not what we voted for.
There was this one girl on there. She was talking to Iran and she was like, yeah, yeah, no, that's crazy. No, I ain't know he did this. Like, that ain't got shit to do with it. Like she was talking to the homie, and
We
I
don't,
was like,
we don't take
we
that serious.
they don't take nothing
Not
serious.
serious.
So funny to me.
Let's just pray the ceasefire sticks.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, check this out. This Florida congresswoman, her name is Kat Kamak. She says she almost died last year due to the state's 6-week abortion ban, but she's blaming the left for what happened. Now, Kamek told the Wall Street Journal that in May of 2024, she was rushed to the ER with a life-threatening ectopic pregnancy, where an embryo had implanted near her uterus. The doctor told her if they ruptured, it would kill you. But the hospital staff hesitated to give her the medication she needed, which is a shot of Metrorex.
First down.
Yeah, because they feared they would lose their medical license or face jail time under Florida's abortion ban. Now, she, who was only 5 weeks pregnant with no fetal heartbeat, said that she had pulled up the law on her phone and even tried to call Governor DeSantis before doctors finally relented. Despite the ordeal, she refused to blame the law itself. Instead, she's pointing fingers at Democrats and the abortion rights advocates, saying it was absolute fear mongering at its worst. She also acknowledged that people might see her experience as proof that abortion access is necessary, but she still dismissed that, saying there will be some comments like, well, thank God we have abortion services, even though what I went through wasn't abortion. Now she does remain pro-life, and she's pregnant again, expecting her next child in August. Now you would think when a person had a near-life death experience, they would be able to see where abortion, those type of services, how it could save a life. But I think it's more about politics than it is about her life. But Brittany, what are your thoughts on this? Her saying it's the Let's fault.
People delusional. I've just realized it. Like people just be delusional. It's like that one person on the internet that was arguing and saying that they didn't like Trump's policies, and then she was like she didn't like the tax code, or she said no, she said she didn't like the tax code and she thought it was from Biden, and the guy pointed out that the tax code she didn't like was from Trump. That's what it was. Like they
Mm-hmm.
just crazy. They are just crazy. Like people just be delusional.
Yeah. Chicken, what are your thoughts?
I'm sorry that she had to go through that, and I will put a silent prayer up that nothing happens to her again. But you know, the energy you put out is the energy that comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they remind me of those people that buy holy water off TV.
Right. Yeah.
And they go to a preacher that may dabble in snake venom as, the holy word or
Mm-hmm.
part of the holy, experience.
Right.
Cultish. That's all I have to say. Cultish.
Very much so. And that's what it is. It really comes down to politics. I mean, you almost lost your life, and now you're better. Oh, it's the left's fault.
Where y'all think they get the holy water from the TV from?
Outside.
Toilet.
You're right. What is in here?
They put it under the refrigerator so it's ice.
Exactly. All right. Well, it looks like the end of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial is near. Prosecutors say that they have rest their case on Tuesday after the continued testimony of Homeland Security investigator Special Agent Joseph Carciello. Now, Diddy's defense team says they will not call any witnesses to testify on his behalf and only plan to submit some exhibits into evidence. The attorney plans to meet Wednesday for a charge conference. Closing arguments are expected to begin on Thursday. So it's not like this is coming to an end. People are wondering if he's going to testify or not. He's not. There's no other witnesses that they're going to call. Chike, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm tired. I'm really tired of it all.
Yeah.
I really honestly don't have any thoughts, and to be totally honest, I'm becoming numb to this type of thing happening. You find another person that has abused people, the person is of power, they're in entertainment. It's like rah, 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 rah. And I don't mean to be that way about people
Right.
that have like suffered, because there are true victims in this, but at the same time, it's like it's almost like dealing with this orange.
Mm-hmm.
You had so many chances to stop this situation,
Yeah.
and you wait till it gets to a certain point and the train is already at full capacity. Now you want to stop it. We're now dealing with, and I hate to jump from Diddy to Tyler Perry, but now you see the budding of another
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
You heard things before. Now you're hearing something else. The
Mm-hmm.
train is moving. When are you going to rip up the track so the train has nowhere to go?
Right.
Like, if
Right.
it's really a problem, do something about it.
Yeah.
And I understand we have to go through the court of law. Everybody deserves their day in court. I'm just tired of hearing about it. I got a life to live. We're in a war now. Like, come
Right.
on. I don't
Right.
have time for this.
Yeah. And the thing about the court of public opinion for Tyler Perry is people don't see where, I mean, I don't think it was any secret. People thought that Tyler Perry may have swung another way, but
It
um,
ain't surprised me.
right. And so
It's not about it's not about his
sexual,
preference. It's about the behavior.
right, right. That's what I'm saying.
It-
But I think what they were saying is they think that the fact that this man was releasing text messages and things like that, he's trying to publicly out Tyler Perry. You know what I mean?
And shame him. It
Yeah.
felt like he was trying to shame him in the messages, and it'd be like, we already knew that. Go sit down.
Right. Brittany, what are your thoughts on this Diddy trial coming to an end?
I'm with you, Kay. I'm tired. I'm
Yeah.
so ready for this thing to end. And it's not that I'm insensitive to the women. I'm not. I promise you I'm
Right.
not. I hope that it never happens to me. But I'm just ready for it to end. He look like he didn't age 50 years. He looked like he started at this trial at 17 and now he's 75. Like,
Yeah.
he looked like, I don't know, money make you look good, don't it? Because that man in that trial looked like he's 75 years old.
Mhm.
I am over it. I'm just ready for this to be done and a verdict. Y'all think he guilty or he gonna be innocent or guilty? Which I think gonna happen.
I think he's gonna be guilty. I think he's gonna be guilty. I don't think he probably won't get as much time as they were thinking he's gonna get. But I think he's gonna
Maybe
be.
like time served.
No, I think he'll stay in maybe 20 years.
Oh no, I think he gonna be innocent.
No, you think
Them
so?
women, yeah, them women kept going back. Like, how you leave and then takes him? I missed him so much. Like,
All right.
And so I understand why you say that, Brittany, but there's another factor to it. You know, this is a black man in America who had a lot of money and a lot of power.
Mhm.
that's true.
And I think they're going to rake him through the coals. They're going to find a way to do something to him where they can pillage through all of his things to make it right.
And the
And
money
That's
then
paying
what
his
I
way out
believe.
of it.
No, I
and-
mean, look at Bill Cosby. You
yeah.
see, they changed the law to get him. They're going to do whatever they have to do to make it justice for them and to send a message.
Well, the big thing
Can
was
he pay his way out of this?
well the big thing was fighting the racketeering charges, and they seem to because at first people were like we're not even seeing where that is, but they've in the sense the defense has kind of proven that or prosecution's defended has proven that. So we'll see. But this is one of those cases again. I'm with y'all. I'm ready for it to be over with.
Feel like
Oh,
it's all about perception. I
yeah,
really do. I really do feel like it's all about perception because even Chike's point is different from why you think he guilty, which is different why somebody else might think he, and it just be like that's hard to pin on somebody when everybody leaves thinking he guilty in something different.
yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like that woman that was found innocent. I thought she would be found guilty. Found innocent, the one that killed her, or guilty. Well, she was on trial for allegedly killing her boyfriend, who was a police officer. Um,
Oh, I just watched that, and
yeah,
she was it
she
was
was
a
found.
mistrial.
It was this mistrial. Yeah, and
I remember that. The
they
Karen Reed or something like that. Karen
uh-huh.
trial of Karen. I
Mhm.
remember that.
Well, they interviewed one of the jurors, and she said that she went into the trial thinking she was innocent, but when they presented the case, she didn't feel like they were able to successfully place her there or make
Hmm.
yeah. Well, let's
Do y'all
say
think Trump gonna step in?
who knows? He's doing some of everything now. I mean,
I
everything is something
know.
now. So I don't. He might.
I kind of think he gonna take the glory for stepping in and saving Diddy. I think he would
Right.
try to do that. At
Yeah.
some point, maybe if, like you said, he get 20 years, he might release him before at the end of his term or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't put past him at this point.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna talk about Fat Joe's him refuting accusations against him, and Kiki Palmer's talking about the double standards women face when it comes to dating. Right back after this.